the show on the road then.
Yep.
Five, four, three, two, one. All right, welcome to episode 189 of the KBMOD podcast. It is currently May 10th, 2015. Started out
It's
with
Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day. Shout outs to your mother, wherever she's at right now.
Shouts to your mom.
Shouts to all your moms.
Or if you're listening to this and you're a mother, shout out to you.
Yeah. I got the whole chat during the pre-show to spam Happy Mother's Day to Megan. That was my gift to her. Okay,
That's really all she got.
That's all she got.
Caring husband.
Yeah. That's all she got.
I don't know whether that's like cute or whether that's just horrifically cheap.
Yeah, I know, right?
It could be both.
That would have been bad if that was the only gift. Scott is not here. Scott just arrived in Pittsburgh this weekend, so he is getting stuff for his apartment and has been kind of out and about all day. So, dear God, my mom's Mandingo fetish. Thank you for subscribing.
Whoa.
So that's a thing.
Shout outs to your mom as well, and whatever choices she likes to make. Seriously, she won't shut up. God damn it. All right. Anyway.
For the audio listeners, this is why you kind of have to show up live to get the full experience.
So, anybody do anything exciting in real life this week?
I rode a bicycle today.
You rode a bicycle today. You weren't you putting it together last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. I went to the pier today and just rode my bicycle.
Nice.
It was just a thing.
All right.
You went fishing yesterday, didn't you?
I did go fishing yesterday.
Did you catch anything?
No, so the wind was really, really bad and we couldn't stay out on the boat very much, so we just decided to get drunk and grill food instead.
That sounds like every fishing trip.
Yeah, like we were out and the wind picked up too much and it was just bad. It was a good time though. We're gonna go again. We're just gonna try to plan the weather better.
Yeah. We've had, speaking of weather, we have had, and this has had to do with pretty much everything I've done this week, we've had just godlike weather here in Pittsburgh for like the last 5 days. Sunny, clear, like
85.
Yeah, about 85. Very little humidity.
It's really good for your arthritis because you're old as fuck.
So it's been awesome.
The old Dan's old meme.
Hung out with Scott Saturday, pretty much all day. We went out to dinner at Mad Mex, which is a delicious restaurant.
Quality cheap Mexican food.
Yes,
it's like an excellent replacement for Chi-Chi's.
Yeah, it's local too.
Yeah, Chi-Chi's was solid. They made some really good fried ice cream, but everything else was just.
I miss Chi-Chi's now that you mention it.
Good. Well, they like food poisoned everybody and got shut down.
See, you know who got food poisoned? You know who went there immediately first day it reopened? Barry. He wanted to see if he could get food poisoning. He was like, I really want some of this. So I'm going to... He was the only one at a Chi-Chi's.
For those listening at home, no, none of us know who Barry is either.
Yes, I do.
I've told so many Barry stories on this podcast. You don't even know.
Have we?
You need to know. Oh, yeah. Shitting off the roof story. That's Barry.
Oh, that's Barry.
With a burger.
So, that's Casey.
Oh.
See, these are all the same group of people. All of my crazy stories. But yeah, it's been awesome. Had some porch drinks last night with Bob came over and we hung out for a while. So that was awesome.
They call them porch drinks, Johnson.
It's good, dude. Porch drinks are fun.
Yeah, they are. We don't do it nearly enough.
I had a screen door drink at Dan's once. I just passed out halfway inside and halfway outside his house.
I did do that. The door was just open. We had a party with all of like the people that we played WoW with, like came to Pittsburgh, and Megan left for like the whole weekend, which was a damn good call, let me tell you. I passed out at like 9 o'clock at night, and then I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, and everyone is just passed out in random places because there was no places to sleep, and John is passed out, and his head is in the door, and the rest of his body is out on the porch, and the door is like shut on him, like. Just like, what happened out here? Why? I should not have passed out at my own party. It's a bad call. And yes, Barry is the guy who takes jokes way too far. He quit his job to go see a Hillary Duff in concert because the whole joke he had going, was that he loved Hillary Duff for like many years, and so, so he quit his job to go see a concert.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
How long was he at said job for?
I don't know, like a month maybe. It was a Walmart like night stalker guy.
Oh,
like,
so it was like,
yeah,
Like a career
shit.
path for him.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
A Night Stalker. Wow, how
Well,
do you
yeah,
get
that sounds
job?
like horribly dark, but yeah. But yeah, that's all real. Yeah, all those stories are true. I don't know why you would doubt me on these.
They're too good not to be true.
Yeah. So, it's about anyone else? Anything in real life? we
I
talk
was
about-
in
shit
the Pirates
this
game
week.
yesterday.
Oh, good call.
Sat 5 rows back from first base, so that was
I
kind of
was, no.
legit.
You were no?
Tim's never been to first base.
That's why it's 5 rows back.
cast.
He's 5 rows back watching someone else get to first. What were you saying, Blah? You said, no.
I was supposed to go to the beach today and then overslept. So I meant to just go down for like, it was one of those things where like we were supposed to leave super early, like 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
And it was like 5 a.m. and I still hadn't fallen asleep. So I was like, all right, I'll just go down for a quick nap. And then I actually only overslept by like an hour, but it was still too long. And I missed my, I don't even know if my friends went because so many people had bailed on it because a bunch of people were like, yeah, I'll go. And then like one by one people dropped off for different reasons. And I got all mad at them because I was like, man, this is going to be beach day. We were going to have so much fun. And then I overslept and didn't go. So I don't know if the remaining like 2 or 3 people even went, but I feel pretty bad. So
Wow.
that was me today. I almost did something.
I almost did something. So,
Not quite.
anything else before I switch to nerd shit?
No, I think none of us have lives. So
Okay, that's fine. John, what vid games did you play this week?
Some CS:GO. Over the weekend, I picked up WoW again just because I was really bored and angry at CS:GO and Dota. So I leveled a warrior from 90 to 100 in about 7 hours, which was pretty impressive.
Nice.
Other than that, not really too much. A little bit of Vainglory on my iPad, which I do recommend you all play if you have an iPad. And that's it.
Cool. Brandon.
Hearthstone.
Let's see. Yeah, I played Hearthstone. I played quite a bit of Killing Floor this week. Still enjoying that, but I'm not playing as much because I'm now scared of people that think that they're going to reset the stats at some point. Yeah. I don't think they're going to. Like I really
actually
don't.
with you. I don't think
they're going to, but I am now like really concerned that they will, and I don't want to put more time into it if they are going to reset it. So I'm sort of like I'm playing every now and then, but I'm not playing like I was before, which was like, leveling the classes because I want to experience the game with like as many perks unlocked or as many skills unlocked as possible.
Yeah.
To do the higher difficulties and stuff. But so I've cut back just a little bit, just because I'm going to be devastated if I keep playing that game and they end up resetting the skills.
that would actually be a huge dick move if they haven't like
kinda
publicly
would.
said.
Well, they have said explicitly expect us to reset it, but it was like before. I think it was like even before early access. Like it's in the description of the game, so I think they're like covering their bases so that if they do reset it, like they can point to it and say, "Hey, we told you we would do this." But realistically, I'm just not. I don't think they need to because the thing is, like, as they add new classes. If they reset the skills on the old classes, like people just won't play the old ones. I think that's the problem they'll have is that people will be bored of the old ones unless they get to keep the XP they've already built up.
I could see that.
So, like, I don't really see what the reason would be for needing to reset it unless they decided to do like huge reworks or something.
Yeah, like overhaul the whole skill system.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like they'll do that. I'm trying to avoid setting myself up for disappointment. So I played a little bit less of that. But the main game I've played the past few days is called Agario.
Okay.
I don't know if you played this game, but it's a
Mario's evil
web-based-
cousin.
It's
Agario. Greed is good.
it's a web-based game that apparently now is someone told me it was on Steam Greenlight. But anyway, it's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's a web game, but it's like a really good web game where you're like a virus and you basically just move your mouse around and you're trying to become the biggest blob on like a massive sheet of graph paper. It's like the easiest way I can describe it. You can just go to Agar.
So like a tuned down
AGR.io.
version of what's the name of the game where you are Katamari? You play Katamari?
Kind of.
I fucking loved Katamari.
Katamari
I
is
don't
a fucking boss game, but it's a lot more simple than that.
Well, basically, like if you just go to the link, you'll immediately understand the concept of the game. Like it's pretty easy to get down. But I've been just playing that because I don't know why it's so addictive, but it's a really good game, and it's actually fun to play with other people if you can get in the same server, because then you can kind of like feed each other mass and try and sabotage other people that aren't playing together. So that game, I don't know, it's more fun than it has any right to be.
Yeah, it's literally like you're just a blob, and you start off really tiny, and your only way of growing is by collecting these little neutral dots. But then as you get bigger, those dots aren't enough to sustain you, so you have to start eating other players, and you can only eat them by just being bigger than them and floating over them. But the bigger you are, the slower you move. So if you're smaller, you have the advantage of being mobile. And then your only like form of attack is you can split off half of your mass into two segments. So if you're over twice as big as somebody, you can fire off half of yourself at them to absorb them and then reform your blob, which takes longer the bigger you are. So
yeah, it's for
pretty
how
in
simple
depth.
it is. It's a really well made game. So I've been playing a bunch of that. Just I don't know why. I'm just addicted to it. But that's about it for me.
Cool. Blah. What have you?
just blah.
That was a horrible.
Yeah,
Sorry,
please
I
don't
did
call me that. You should be. I've been playing Scholar of the First Sin a lot. I haven't gotten to stream it since the last podcast, but I'm planning on streaming it after the podcast, actually. So I haven't played the character that I'm streaming, so I started another character just to kind of explore the game, because it was one of those things where like I shut off the stream and I was like, well, fuck that, I really still want to play the game.
Yep.
So I just started a new character. Part of me kind of actually wanted to go back to Dark Souls 1. That's still on my list of things to do, but it's going to have to wait a little bit because I'm just really enjoying Scholar. I really, really fucking like Dark Souls a lot, and I can't stop playing it. Other than that, just been playing some Hearthstone, got a little bit back into Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter does a really good job, by the way, of like updating the game for free and giving you stuff to do. So like
Cool.
A lot of people don't realize the first Friday of every month, Capcom releases at least like a gift to give you like via DLC. And it's always free. You never have to pay anything for it. So this month it was just like a bunch of items that you could get for free that are like normally kind of a pain in the ass to farm. But what they sometimes do is they'll release like special quests for people who have finished the game already and have like done everything, and they just have like all the hardest monsters on farm. They'll release like a specific entertaining side quest where like there's like one where there's a giant monster called I actually can't remember its name. Narakuga, no, it's not Narakuga. Fuck, I can't remember. There's so many monsters. It's basically a giant snake, and they released a version where you're fighting a giant snake monster that's exactly as powerful as any other one, except it's very, very, very tiny. So it's really hard to hit and find and follow with your camera, but it can still fuck you up as though it was this giant thing. And they just do stuff like that all the time. It's a lot of free content. Very good game. Highly recommend. A couple of KBMOD bros play it.
Yeah, I know Titty plays a lot of that.
Yep.
Very cool. All right. Tim.
So I've been playing a lot of Witcher 2, getting ready for Witcher 3. I'm just trying to go through the story, get that refresh, get a save actually to carry over into the game because I lost my old save for it. Solid game. I can actually run it at max graphics now, unlike before when I was playing on a 550 Ti. So it's nice to see
Yeah.
it actually maxed out and stuff. Killing Floor 2, obviously. Play that every Friday we're playing it now for the most part.
We won a bunch this Friday too.
We did
just
actually.
losing horribly.
But unlike Brandon, I welcome the wipe because then it will force me to play other classes. Like right now, I'm just playing meta class solely. So if things do wipe, then I'm gonna try a different class and not worry about it too much.
Yeah.
So I mean that's kind of my
I've already
approach to
leveled
it.
so much that like
Yeah,
I
I know.
just don't want to waste that time.
I know. At the same time, it's like it's not how it was in Killing Floor 1, where it's not as much of a grind. So
That's true. That's true.
I'm not that. I mean, it still sucks, but I'm not as daunted by it as I would have been if it was Killing Floor 1. So there's that. GTA 5, obviously, I think I beat that last week. Phenomenal single player. I mean, I played it all through first person. And
cool.
and this was before that Rockstar announced things with the mods, but it's whatever. It made it feel like a brand new game, like not like a GTA game at all. So I like playing through it on first person. Actually, changed it up a bit for me. So, and then MKX on PC, I downloaded the patch and lost everything. It literally cost me everything. But then they
Cool meme,
granted
dude.
me. I know.
Yeah.
But then they NetherRealm gave everyone who lost their save files a crit pack, which basically unlocks everything in the game that you would have lost. So that was kind of good on their part. I haven't touched the game on PC yet since the patch came out, so I don't know how good it runs, but at least they gave me everything back. So. And I
I'm
think that's all
sorry.
I
I'm
played.
sorry. I've been distracted by this spider drama going on in chat right now.
I've concluded it's not a spider. It's the handle on my closet door.
Oh, okay.
That totally does look like a spider on my webcam. Everybody,
yeah, it does.
for those of you listening, everybody in chat is like, "Blah, there's a spider on your wall," and I look behind me and I don't see a spider, and I'm
For
like,
your sake,
you
I
made
hope
me
to
look,
God you're right."
guys. And then they're like, "No, it totally is." So then I see something on my camera, and I'm like trying to find it, and then I realized what it was. It took me way too long to figure that out.
So,
I'm embarrassed.
There's one last game I've played, which Dan really wants to talk about, which is Project Cars.
oh, it's so good.
It's so damn good. I'm not even a huge. I mean, I'm a racing game fan, but I'm not like huge into racing games, and I just want to keep playing this game.
It's I don't know
forever.
about you. I found it's very hard. Project Cars.
Oh,
is
yeah.
very hard.
How well does it run considering it looks that good?
Runs incredible on a 970. Anyway.
Yeah. I can't completely max it out, but everything just below max.
What
runs
I was
fine.
hearing too from people when we were playing it on the launch night, what I was hearing from other people kind of in chat as well was that weather effects tend to really destroy frame rate.
Yeah.
But we didn't see that though.
No, I didn't see it on that level that we had.
What
The
video card do you have, Tim?
970.
Okay,
It's
that should be fine.
it is
I
a
have two
if you
980s, bro.
if you liked Forza, if you liked Gran Turismo, you will love Project Cars. And the driving is probably even better in Project Cars. The other thing about it, I mean, it is really hard. It is meant to be played with a wheel, although Tim and I are both on controllers and we were fine, I thought.
Yeah.
But
Fine in last place. Whatever.
that game is, the delays were fine. We got right into the game, launched up perfectly right away, and then immediately were able to get into a multiplayer lobby, and it just worked. It just worked right away. So there was no problems at all on launch or anything like that. I can't say enough good things about Project Cars. It's the sound in that game is, dear God, if you're a car person too, like you will appreciate the shit out of the detail. that they went into.
You pointed it out on Thursday when we were playing that you can hear like your car creaking and shit when you're going down hills and everything
Yeah.
like that. I was playing the career mode this morning on my show because I fucked up Far Cry 4. And like I noticed it whenever I was playing through the career mode and stuff. I was only at go-karts at that stage, but like just the tires squealing and you going over even just the slightest bumps, you can hear everything. It's just, it blew me away actually knowing that it's all there and paying attention to it.
Yep.
It's so well done.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Brandon, I'd highly recommend it since you had a car like that. kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched some streams of it. It definitely looks incredibly detailed. It looks like, at the very least, they delivered on the promise of what that game is, like what they wanted that game to be. So I'll probably watch a bit more of it, but I will most likely pick it up if it goes on sale.
The fucking engine sounds just like, oh my god. It's just like, I had a smile on my face like the whole time we were playing, just hearing like...
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of games like that, especially actually that's one of my favorite parts of GTA is adding a turbo to a car and it just changes the note of the car to sound like a turbo.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my favorite thing, just like the realistic effects of things like that.
Yeah, you can tune the shit out of the cars in this thing too, which I probably won't delve into that much, but you can go totally in on them. I was playing we mostly were using, like, you can do races where you like kind of force everyone to use the same car, but you can also we did like go-karts, like they have 125cc and 250cc go-karts, and that's like, those are fun to control. Like they kind of slide everywhere.
Yeah. That's all I drove this morning. That's where you can start with the campaign 1 shoot 2. I figured I'd start from the bottom because I'm awful.
Yeah.
And I got to 250 cc's, and those are all over the place compared to the 125s. And I was having trouble with it, but
like
it's a good challenge. Yeah,
the game factors in like tire heat and all that kind of stuff. Like as far as how your traction's going, like it's crazy detailed. I highly recommend it. It's $49.99, I think, on Steam. But if you like the Forza games and Gran Turismo games, you should 100% buy this. The only thing I don't like is that the career mode is pretty cool, but there's no sort of unlocking cars thing, and there aren't actually that many cars in the game.
Yeah.
But given how detailed they went in on all the cars that are in the game, like I'm kind of okay with it. I'm sure they'll add more as they go on, but anything else, Tim?
I think that was it this week.
All right.
We'll go
I
with
also played Killing Floor 2, played some GTA Online twice this week. One time was a very bad experience. The other time was a very good experience. So that Online just has... I don't know. It's just sort of inconvenient in all the wrong ways, GTA Online. Like,
what do you mean?
So we made... So
Because I
Monday...
feel like I agree with you, but I want to hear more.
So Monday we had a community night. And I made a crew only, like I started up a crew only thing, which you have to go into single player to do. So like that already, we're like...
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, already this doesn't make any sense because you cannot choose crew or friends only in the actual GTA Online menus if you launch that. You have to start in single player and then launch it. So then it launches in a crew only server on free roam, which was fine. That was fine. So people were joining who were in the crew. It was crew only, so we had all KBMOD people in it. It was pretty cool. But then we were like, free roam's cool and all, let's do a race. So the minute you do a race, it makes, like, it doesn't keep those settings from the free roam, even though that's where you get put back after you exit the race. So then we had to end up manually inviting everyone to the race because it, like, makes it invite only, but not crew only. So you can't just, like, take everyone into a race. You have to kind of start over. And then you have to do that, So it took us forever to get everybody in a race. So, I mean, that just sucks. Like, it just sucks. So there was just a lot of loading screens and a lot of, waiting, trying to get people invited into the races on Monday. It was just very inconvenient and kind of lame and kind of killed the whole momentum of the stream and the fun I was having anyway. But then on Friday, we just launched... I was like, fuck it, we'll just launch an open server. And that works much better because then no sort of it like inherits privacy settings into the race, but not correctly. So then the race is all fucked up. But when we did it open, we were able to get everybody in on Friday, no problem. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just very convoluted. Like, I wish you could just sort of start a server and be like, it's crew only, and then everything we do during that time, races, golf, whatever, is like with the group of people that are on it.
I think that's my complaint, is like if you have a group to play with, it's hard to keep that group together privately doing all of the different things you want to do. So like
Yeah.
if you're free roaming, but then you want everyone to move to a race, you have to like reset everything up, make it private again, re-invite everyone.
Yeah.
It's just like it seems really difficult to keep everyone doing the same thing.
Yeah, and it starts with like if you do crew only, like I said, it changes the race to private. So like you then have to invite people. It's not just like crew only race then. Like the settings don't stay the same. It's just very odd. But we played GTA with obviously Jesus like all Friday night. Like he came out of the woodwork. So shout outs to Colin for coming out and playing some video games. PP Bum Bum Dude, 24 months in a row. Thank you, sir. What else did I play this week? I think that was about it with Project Cars and a lot of Street Fighter. I'm just grinding on Street Fighter right now. Trying to get better, which is a long road. A long road. What else did I play? I'm looking here. If I did anything. No, just KF2.
You played the new Wolfenstein, didn't you?
Oh yes, I did play the new Wolfenstein.
How is it?
Yeah, how's that?
It is definitely, if you liked the New Order, you'll like this for sure. I don't know how long it is. I played the first couple hours. I've heard maybe 4 to 6 hours somewhere in there, but I don't know for sure. But I'm playing it again tomorrow night on this channel because we started sort of a playthrough. There's a lot more swarming enemy kind of things in it, but it is really good. I love like the sort of one-liners and stuff that you hear from people in that game. It's just great. But yeah, totally worth $20, I think, for a standalone. And if you didn't play the original, which you don't have to, it's a standalone. So the New Blood is, and it looks great, of course, and sounds amazing. There was a very, very stupid and annoying stealth section in the game. Like really dumb. But other than that, I can't really complain. Totally worth it. If you like the New Order, you should get it. Like it should definitely be a purchase. I don't know if they're still on sale, but yeah. All right. That's about it for me. Anyone else with any last thoughts?
Balls.
Balls.
It wasn't a spider.
It wasn't a spider? Okay.
It was not. It's confirmed to not be a spider.
Oh, I also tried.
It's a glory hole.
It's a glory
Yeah.
hole, yeah. That's what Chad has confirmed.
My neighbors love me.
One last thing, I did play the Binding of Isaac Eternal Edition, which was an update that was put out to the original Binding of Isaac. And unfortunately, the really annoying stuff on it still isn't really fixed. So, like this sort of no full screen 1080p in it, no native controller support. So, I don't know. But yeah, there's some cool new stuff in it. You should check that out if you like the original. Makes the game a lot harder, a lot more trolly. Yeah, that's about it. We're going to take a quick 3-minute commercial break here, guys, and then we will be right back with some news, new releases from the week. So stay tuned. If you don't want to see these commercials, consider subscribing. Support us with your monies and get that KBMOD A emote, which is
Or
worth-
don't.
That is worth the price of admission.
Yeah.
Or don't and just be a rotten whore all your life.
Yeah, there's that option, but I feel like
All the people that applies to aren't hearing that because there's a commercial running.
also
It'll be our
check
little
out
secret.
lootcrate.com/kbmod. Huge way to support us. So check that out and sign up for that if you're interested.
That is a solid link by Mom's Mandingo.
Also, I would just like to point out that K9 is still subbed to Ches. It's just come to light in chat here.
What the f?
I don't know how to.
That's how Chaz keeps trading, that's how.
That $250 a month.
Where do I sound it to be Blah's Rotten Whore? I'm sure he's got a list somewhere.
Oh yeah. It's actually just called Blah's Rotten
Wait
Horse.
in line.
Yeah. You're gonna have to. Got a waiting period of about 3 months.
Can't I just resub to Chaz like just now?
Oh my god.
That's actually even worse than him just forgetting about
couldn't
it.
find a better way to spend $5.
DJ Stream.
I miss you, Chaz. I miss you, Chaz.
Chaz, come to Pittsburgh. You can do that shit here.
Whatever it is that you do.
Whatever it is.
That shit is what he does.
It was just linked to Guy
That
Fieri
voodoo that you
video.
do so well.
I want nothing to do with the Guy Fieri video. Oh my goodness.
Why?
Why? I don't know. I don't know why.
Yeah, you ain't got any answers for me, do you?
Getting swole tank. Oh my god, I kind of want that. That is so much money for what that is, though. I could make that cheaper. Worth every penny.
I want the Master of the Galaxy shirt.
It's a shirt that's just got a picture of a pair of jeans on it. That's it.
That picture of the man on the far right posing. He's so happy to wearing that shirt.
I can't. Did you get a new mixer yet, Chez? Swole bro tank for training. Get it, dog. Get that. All right. We are back from commercial for the news. So there's actually not that much big stuff that happened this week. As far as KBMOD stuff, Scott is indeed now here in Pittsburgh. So you will start to see shows that come of that news because he will be able to do stuff in person with us.
You also see Scott coming
Yes.
due to that news on
A
said
lot.
shows.
Yes.
You will continue to see him be unreliable in
Yes.
anything,
True.
including the podcast.
True. We will be having, you can check out kbmod.com/schedule for all the streams that we do. We put them all up on the calendar on that page. And this Saturday, though, is a big one, which we hope you guys will all show up for. We have our couch stream benefiting Operation Supply Drop, which benefits soldiers abroad with video game stuff and also trips to like PAX and E3. So we hope you guys show up for that. We'll be starting at 1 p.m. this Saturday with a couch stream. If you've been to couch streams before, they're hilarious. Scott will be here for this one, so should add to the insanity. Also, there's a fucking Towerfall expansion coming out Tuesday, and I'm super pumped now to play Towerfall on Saturday on the couch stream. Also, we reviewed the HyperX Cloud 2 headset. You can check that out on the site if you're interested in that. That thing is on sale all the time on the CSGO competitive streams. So you may want to check that out. But as for regular, real video game news, there wasn't much big stuff this week, but Overkill, the makers of Payday 2, have slashed the price of Payday 2 and all its DLC permanently. So it is now permanently cheaper. Forever. It will be cheaper. Looks like Payday 2 is now $20. And the Game of the Year edition is now $50, which I think includes like all the DLC. So that's a 40% off compared to what it was. So, yeah. All the DLC in Payday 2. Pretty damn good game. If you have a little group to play with, you might want to check that out. GTA 5 stuff. And this is why Tim was sort of bitching about the mods earlier. Rockstar has come out and finally said, we don't care what you do to the single-player game. We don't care. Mod the hell out of it. So there've already been a gravity gun mod. There's been a mod where a gun shoots cars instead of bullets.
The whale mod.
The whale mod. Shoutouts to Just Cause 2. They got that from. There's also now, and this is the big one. This was the big one for old GTA games. One of the most impressive mods ever made.
I didn't even know this was out yet.
Yeah, is now continuing for GTA 5. The Ice Enhancer, one of the great graphics mods of all time, and it is now coming for GTA 5. Should make it look pretty insane. But you can go ahead and mod the hell out of the single player. They do not care. So that is that is actually I props to Rockstar for just coming out and saying it. They don't have like an SDK or anything, so they're not going the extra mile there, but at least they're just like, whatever, do whatever.
Realizing that modding doesn't hurt their game.
Yeah, and in fact, I'm pretty sure they saw what happened with GTA 4, and were like,
and how it was still selling copies up until GTA 5's release.
Yeah, we should probably get on that. So they just came out and said, because people said or thought they were getting banned for single player mods. So
yeah,
but between GTA 4 and Just Cause 2, it's like GTA 5. You just never know what someone might come up with that makes more people want to buy that game.
Right. I mean, Just Cause 2 probably doubled its sales just off of.
Not even doubled. Like I could easily say probably like quadrupled.
It was probably another one.
JC2MP launched right when that game started going on sale all the time. So I would agree with Brandon. It could be as high as 10x. I don't fucking know.
It was probably another hour too.
$3.
I don't. Most of the people I know that own Just Cause 2 did not own Just Cause 2 before JC2MP.
I had never heard of Just Cause 2 until JC2MP.
There you go.
That's what that game was.
Most people hadn't.
Yeah, they were kind of a niche, sort of smaller free roam type of game. So good on Rockstar. Just saying, do whatever you want to do. There should be some insane stuff. Not that any modders were probably holding back, but now that they know that Rockstar is just kind of like,
well, it's kind of an unofficial blessing.
Yeah.
Like basically, if you're not modifying anything that touches the multiplayer component, then you won't get banned for it. I'm still like I would still be a little concerned just because I feel like there's not. To me, it doesn't feel like there's a very demarcated line between GTA Online and the single player game.
yeah.
So it's like for me, downloading a mod, it would be hard for me to tell if that mod only affected single player or potentially also affected online. That's the only thing I'd be worried about.
True. But yeah, good on Rockstar. Tripwire has teased a new KF2 map. It's set in an old French mansion. I bring this up because, frankly, they do need another map. I think there's only 3 right now. There are custom maps popping up if you look at servers. And I think, who was it, Tim? Someone in the community was saying
Copper Tank has a server that has a bunch of custom
he has
maps.
a server with custom maps on it. So
This map looks really good, though.
Yes, this map looks super good. I want that hospital redone. The hospital from KF1.
Yeah.
I want Doom too. They have the Doom 2 maps. A bunch of those in KF1. We need those all remade as well. Dark Souls 2, we mentioned this. The weapon durability fix is now live for real. The patch hit Skull of the First Sin. That was a huge problem, and nearly, for me anyway, nearly made the game unplayable, especially with certain weapons. It is now fixed for real. Also, this is a good thing because DS2 Fix, which was like a mod that was made to patch this before, because From let it go for a fucking year. They let this bug stay in their game through a whole new edition of it, too. It was soft banning people, so I may or may not be soft banned myself. I don't know. So, yeah, uninstall your DS2 fixes, and yeah. So, that is actually fixed. You can get back in there. As Blah said, the new version, quite enjoyable. So,
It's a lot of fun.
and in news that isn't really PC, but still kind of exciting, but who knows whether they fuck it up or not, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 has been announced.
Oh, man.
It's coming for Xbox One and PS4. I mean, they drove that thing into the ground, and then it's been like a few years, I guess, so they decided, hey... The thing that's bothering me about this is if you read this article or read anything about this, there's things where you can shoot projectiles from your skateboard.
Oh, awesome.
So...
Okay.
So realistic. It's going the realistic route instead of the old arcadey style. Okay.
Not sure I agree with that.
They're looking to replace Skate with Tony Hawk.
Yep.
I Activision has, been known to milk some things into the ground, including this very series. We shall see
I'll buy it.
what happens.
I hate money. I'll buy it.
As long as you can do the sack tap, I think it'll be a good game.
As long as that trick is still
The best trick.
Sack tap and Christ there. That's all you need.
But sack tap to Christ Air. God, I want Skate 4. Maybe this will push Ubisoft or EA to do that, but we'll see. All right, this is a great deal, and if you were looking for a new video card or looking at our build guides and wondering if you should build the 970 and 980, the NVIDIA current flagship cards, now come with Witcher 3 and Arkham Knight. So
That's such a good deal.
that is a fucking crazy deal because you can get a 970 for $300 or even slightly under $300.
And you're getting $120 worth of games.
Yeah. So essentially take $120 off that if you were going to buy both those games anyway.
I'm taking advantage of this Friday.
Yeah.
You were most certainly going to buy one of them. So,
So
Yeah, it makes me mad because when you buy these cards at the very start, they don't come with these bundles.
Yeah.
But then, like a few months afterward, you can always get like $100 worth of games with your card.
I may be SLIing just to do this. That might be a thing that I do. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, it's an incredible deal. So especially with the 970 and 980, obviously is a $500 card, but it will run Witcher 3 at a very.
It's
very
the crazy
high
thing though,
setting,
is it brings the actual cost of the 980 down to something that's a lot more reasonable.
Yeah,
But obviously the 970 is
that's
just utterly absurd.
Yeah, if you can find a $290, at least I know for sure EVGA and Asus have this deal because I have an Asus one and I really I looked into it to make sure they had it. Basically, if you can find one for like $290, you're basically then paying, $170 for that thing at the games. That's pretty ridiculous. So take advantage of that. It only runs through June 1st. Dota 2 is insane. As the next news story here, the compendium has been out, I think, a week now, maybe less. It's already at over $7 million. Someone else can click on that actual Dota2.com link.
7.3 million.
Because it has sound. 7.3 million. It hit 10 million last year, right? Like just over 10 million. But that took 3 months or whatever. We're
People
already.
seem to like this Dota game.
We're already.
best game, bros.
We may see a $15-20 million pot for this thing by the end of it. Good lord, y'all people are crazy.
Playing the wrong games.
I know, right? Dota 2, yeah. Esports, man. Esports. Oh my god, the GIF that is in this document that I've just now seen. Jesus. New releases this week. I was hoping Block could shed some light on what the fuck this Final Fantasy game is that comes out on Tuesday or tomorrow. Final Fantasy IV, The After Years.
No idea. I have heard nothing. Is this PC?
Like it's coming out on PC, but it came out somewhere else first. This is a sequel to Final Fantasy IV.
That's so weird. That game's been around forever, and
it
no
looks
one,
like an
it's not even
N64 game, like graphically, or like a PS1. It's very.
I find it very hard to believe that this is like a new develop. It could be what they've been doing a lot with a lot of different old Final Fantasies is they kind of like reboot it.
It's enhanced for PC. Like it came out at some point, like earlier.
Oh, okay.
than
This is like a
I'm looking
re-release.
this shit up.
But I was just like, I don't know what this is.
Final Fantasy IV is not one I ever really liked. I personally thought 4 was kind of garbage.
Because it looks like a PS1 game, graphically.
Right.
So I don't know if it just came out in Japan or something, but
well, like sometimes what happens is they'll kind of do like not necessarily a sequel, but they'll completely like HD remake like not even the way Final Fantasy VII was done, but like even more so than that. And they did that with Final Fantasy III on Steam, and that was, by all accounts, a pretty good version. So maybe it's just that, but calling it the After Years does make it sound like it would be a sequel, right?
It looks like it's just was a mobile game, like iOS and Android and Windows phones and
Weird.
shit.
It's so weird that they would make a sequel to, of all things, Final Fantasy IV. It's not even like a really popular Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Very strange. But that comes out tomorrow, so if you're hardcore into Final Fantasy, you may want to check that out. It's pretty cheap. Why did I close the page?
I'm not going to have any time after I check out this next game.
Yeah, this next game, I will always highlight these till the day I don't do this podcast anymore. May 13th, put it on your calendars, all right? Airport Firefighters, The Simulation. That is the title.
That's a really specific job.
Airport Firefighters, The Simulation. Comes out May 13th. No price yet.
Damn.
Everything in this indicates that it is made by probably the same dudes who make most simulators.
That's an intense trailer. Let me tell you.
Everything is on fire in these screenshots. Like, these firefighters
the end
are
of
doing...
the trailer is literally just a completely burning husk of an airplane, like just going down the runway.
I'm sold.
And now we have to play it. Because...
You could have prevented
Dude,
this.
Simulator Week is getting so much fodder. Oh my god. Between this and Tea Party Simulator and whatever else we highlighted last week. Yeah, all the screenshots are seriously just shit that is horribly on fire, and there's no... Like, this one is just firefighters standing nonchalantly on a roof while the roof burns. It's just like...
Giant hole in said roof.
Well, apparently the people playing in the screenshots are really bad at their jobs.
About this game. Discover a passion for firefighting.
Already got one.
What I don't get is why they put themselves into the airport firefighters niche. Why is this not just a level in like firefighter simulation?
Because that's
Is
already
there really enough content in a game that you can limit yourself to just being an airport firefighter?
Sure.
Because Firefighter Simulator is already a game, Brandon.
Yeah, we need an expansion pack. You gotta put them in different situations. Make that cash.
Same company as well. Same company as well.
Yep.
One of the screenshots here is just what appears to be like unclaimed baggage, just on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had that happen
It's
once.
just pallets of unclaimed baggage burning horribly. Which I imagine is how the United Terminal just runs anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me read out this description, though. Head out on duty with the entire fire department and take on exciting new missions in Airport Firefighters, The Simulation. As a member of the busy airport fire department, let me just qualify this sentence by saying, if your airport fire department is busy, things are bad. Things are real bad. The one place where there should never be fires, for the most part, fucking airports.
Yeah, it's an airport, yeah.
You and your colleagues work to extinguish large airplane fires and fight through the blazing inferno of the passenger terminal. Jesus Christ! What is happening at this airport?
Terrible airport.
Drive true-to-life fire engines and tackle blazes with the water cannons. Fight local fires with the fire extinguisher and fog nozzle. Squeeze your way through narrow ventilation shafts and destroy obstacles with your axe to pave your way to freedom.
So we're going to be personally trapped in many of these fires.
Oh my god. Features. Game features on this. I think I'm going to start doing this every time when we have one of these games. Features. Experience exciting and dramatic situations as a member of the airport fire department. I can already see that that's going to be the case. Head out on duty with the entire fire department, not just parts. Driving firefighting vehicles and using them to tame the flames. Play with either German or American firefighting vehicles and... Like, what? Okay. Drive the faithfully recreated Panther vehicles from Rosenbauer International AG. Yo, shout outs to Rosenbauer for licensing for this game. Various challenging difficulty levels. can use a gamepad as well, and it's part 3 in the popular Airport Firefighter series.
Where's part 1 and 2?
Which I can't imagine is a popular series. Let me look. Let me see. There can't be. There just can't be.
The other ones don't seem to have made it to Steam.
No, they don't.
So popular that they're not even on Steam.
No. It recommends 8 gigs of RAM. That's optimistic.
Yeah.
This last game is a real game, though, that you should probably be interested in. Axiom Verge comes out May 14th. This game was previously only on PS4. It is a really sort of faithful Metroid almost recreation. Sean has actually been playing it with an early access code that we got, and we'll be having a review up on kbmod.com soon for this. I didn't get it on PS4 yet. Wish I had it, but it looks incredible. If you're into the Metroid series at all, you'll definitely want to check this out. Looks like a very faithful sort of recreation of that game. Even though it's a new game, but it's fucking Metroid if you look at it.
Looks like a pretty good game to play like on an airplane or something, because it's
Yeah.
doesn't require much graphical power. You can kind of play it offline.
Yeah. So definitely check that game out. It comes out on the 14th.
You're telling me you wouldn't prefer to fight fires as an airport fireman while you're on a flight? Like, what? I'm might be misunderstanding.
I found the original.
Tim found the original Airport Firefighter on Amazon. It has 1 star. 1 star. It's $12.99. It's Flughafen. I can't. I'm not even gonna attempt this German. I'm already done. Axiom Verge, May 14th. Check it out if you wish. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Short one this time. And we'll be back in 60 seconds with viewer questions. God damn it.
Putting that on my Amazon wish list.
You should. Get that physical copy. For Firefighter.
Oh god, trying to install old PC games.
Yeah.
It's a digital download.
Oh,
snap.
nice.
Amazon coming through big. I wish they had Prey. Nobody has Prey. Oh my goodness. Oh. Flughafen. This game has a lot of potential to be a great game. I have built a brand new gaming computer. I can play the game in the highest settings. I assume this is an Amazon review. And not lag at all. I play this game on the lowest settings and it lags so bad. I think I might be asking Amazon for a refund of this game just because of that. I have the other Airport Firefighter Simulator, and though it lags sometimes, it is stable for the most part. This game just needs improvements. Just FYI, I've tried playing this game for 3 days now. This game is to the point where I'm not even going to try and play it anymore. Wow, this is a glowing review. Amazon shouldn't even have this game on here. It's a non-refundable game. Well,
see, this actually makes me feel bad because that review does not sound like a troll. That sounds like someone who thought, you know what, that sounds pretty cool. I'm going to buy this game.
I'm super
I would like
into
to
this.
experience being an airport firefighter.
And then it turned out they were right. It was totally cool.
All right, viewer questions. I can't do via email. Asks, outside of gaming, what was your favorite toy/toys that you enjoyed playing with as a child? Were you a fan of more traditional toys that depicted objects and characters from whatever fictional universe interested you at that time? Or like myself, were you intrigued by the seemingly limitless possibilities provided by the likes of Lego and its competitors?
Ooh.
So what were your favorite?
Ninja Turtles figurines.
Yes.
I thought this question was incredibly detailed for what it's asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He could have been super
well-formed
vague.
question.
Well done. I would say that I'm old, so but pretty much the same toys. Like I was in
dirt,
Teenage Mutant
fire.
Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, and Lego. Like Lego is huge. Still is.
Lego
obviously.
was
I had a ton of Lego
tits.
as a kid.
Let me ask you guys your strategy on Lego when you were kids. Did you when you would get a Lego set, would you build it following the instructions?
Yes.
Fuck
and
no.
then keep it that way, or would you Or would you do like don't even build it from the instructions from day one? Or would you build it once and then tear that shit apart like shortly afterwards?
No, I would immediately throw all of the pieces into my giant bin and then make other stuff. Like, you think I follow directions?
No,
you think
I feel
your
like
rules
that,
can contain me?
The rest of your life makes complete sense to me.
I like how me and Brandon, the two probably most opposite people on this podcast, had immediately opposite answers.
Yeah.
And I feel like it just gained everybody a lot of insight into me and Brandon and our developmental years.
I would always build it once and like sort of keep it that way for a day or two, and I was like, this looks nice. And then I'd be like, fuck that, I'm now gonna blow it up and make something to suit whatever imagination.
If it was a really cool one, like if it was a drag racer or something I wanted to keep and kind of play with or put on my shelf, I would keep it. But like some of the stuff I didn't care about as much, I would end up breaking down and building into other stuff.
Tim?
That's kind of what I did. I built it. I did my thing with it. If I thought it would work in my grand scheme of all the rest of my shit, I would keep it together. If not, I'd blow it up and just throw it in the bin and use those pieces for other shit.
Yeah, I'm with Mike and Chad saying the most fun thing about getting a new Lego set is building the picture on the box and then doing whatever you wanted with it. That was always my attitude.
Filthy conformists. I would literally I would not even attempt to build the thing that it was depicting. I would just, like, every Lego set I got was just more fuel for my insanity. Like, I would just throw it all. I had this giant bin that was not organized at all. Whenever I was building Legos, I would just like free form shit, and sometimes I made some really cool stuff. A lot of times I made really shitty stuff. Like, me and my friends, that's what we did. Like, we had did you have anybody when you were a kid, was one of your friends like good at Legos? You know what I mean? Like, this guy could just take shit and just make something on the fly.
So he's a master builder,
cool.
is what you're saying.
Right. Like we were always building, like, I remember airplanes were like the big thing, like jets, like fighter jets, because like you would find those coveted right and left wing pieces. If you had two, then if you had a left and a right, you had a party. Like, so we had one friend who was like, he could be over your house. He wasn't with his own Legos. He didn't know his way around your Lego bin, but he could just fucking grab some mishmash random crap and still make something that looked awesome. Because he was like an artist with Legos. Like, dude, Gary's really good at Legos.
Yeah.
It was his name, Gary. Gary ended up being a dick, but he was good at Legos.
My stuff that's when I would start tearing stuff apart, was when I had friends over. Like,
oh yeah,
because then we'd be like, well, let's make this, or whatever, whatever the idea was that we had. And then we're like, well, we definitely need to take this apart to get those parts. Lego has such a fucking racket. It's so crazy. Because, like, if you get a bucket of Legos, you just get, like, all the sort of basic ones. You know what I mean? You have to buy, like, the spaceship with the fucking garage door on the back of it and, like, a bunch of tubing to get, like, all the crazy pieces that you would want to really build some cool shit.
For sure.
And, I don't know. Legos
they have those sets everywhere, too. That's, like, the thing. Like, you can get them at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
Like, how does that even work?
They have merchandise deals with fucking everybody on the planet. Now they got all the video games and stuff. It's crazy. Plus, you'd think Minecraft, they have Minecraft Legos, by the way. Which, like...
Yeah.
That's some meta shit right there.
People wanted that to happen for so long. It took a while for that to happen.
Yeah. But my dad is a master builder. It's like Lego Movie has ruined us. All right, next question. I liked this question quite a bit. From Italicize on Twitter. If you could claim responsibility for giving birth to any historical or public figure, who would you choose?
Gabe Newell. Because, first off, he's the Gabe. He's basically Santa Claus in real life. And yes, there have been some missteps recently, but he's still, in my eyes, a beloved figure and a pillar of this community. But also, people would look and be like, that had to be a big baby. You must have an incredibly strong vagina. To which I would reply, thank you.
You mapped that whole scenario out, didn't you?
No, I actually don't read the document. ever. So I don't know these questions
I hate
before they're
you.
asked.
I don't know. Well, Lil B is a good one, but I don't know, man. Gabe, I mean, basically, you just stole that one. I have nothing. I have
You're welcome.
nothing on that. I mean, because really, whenever this is like infamous, you never hear about good people's parents. So I was like, what was wrong with Hitler's parents? It's like, always like,
Right.
that's when people go into detail on these things.
Didn't he have like a totally normal, like privileged life?
I believe he did, but
I don't think his parents were like notably bad people. He was like, he went to art school and
that's
shit.
when people ask questions, though. It's like, what happened to that guy? So
What
if it's
went
like
wrong?
claiming responsibility for it, like you kind of have to pick somebody positive in this scenario. But
Guy Fieri.
see, you don't want to claim that. Nobody wants to claim that they spawned that thing.
Hey, you were talking about infamy, all right? I went to Guy Fieri.
True. Yeah.
That's usually when I'm thinking infamous people. I think Hitler, Guy Fieri. That's about it. That's all I think. I don't have
Tons
a
of
third
Jaden Smiths in
God.
the chat right now. I don't think
Yeah.
Will's very proud of that, to be fair.
No, weirdly enough, he is.
I think I'd go with Will, just because, like,
Going with Will Smith?
yeah,
You want to birth Will Smith?
I would go with actor, producer, singer, songwriter, Willard Christopher Smith Jr.
Dude,
He's media. Just call him a media mogul.
yeah.
I mean,
You know-
just basically think about like when you're talking with other parents, and they give you some accomplishment that their child's done, like that nothing they could say would top what Will Smith has done.
I mean,
Okay. Well,
what if,
funny enough, isn't his mother supposed to be like a huge like piece of shit? Like she's supposed to be like a really not good person at all.
I have no idea. What, Jada Pinkett? Who is... What, or Will
That's
Smith's
his
mom?
wife,
you
not
mean?
his
Will
mom.
Oh, yeah.
Will Smith's
I was getting
mother.
confused
Yeah.
between the Smiths that we were talking
She's
about
supposed
there.
she's supposed to be like some huge like freeloading like horrible person who did nothing for him growing up, and now he like takes care of her like crazy and like buys her a whole bunch of stuff. Like I don't know if that's actually
Yeah,
true.
see,
but-
exactly. Why would I not want to
Everyone's
birth that guy?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He treats his mom great despite the fact that she was horrible. And on top of that, instead of Will Smith's supposedly completely taking advantage of mother, like just terrible human being mother, instead we have Brandon. So now we have Will Smith with a good mom. So
All right. I can see that.
Solid.
everyone
My
wins.
wife just knocked on my door and said, "Do you want grilled cheese?" Yes, I fucking want grilled
What the fuck
cheese.
kind of
Wow,
question
that's
is
very
that?
topical, actually. We're going to be talking about grilled cheese in just a few minutes.
Mine would be Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Nature Boy Ric Flair. Not a bad choice either. The father of the Woo.
bacon on this shit, dude.
Damn.
No.
Yo, I'm gonna make a bacon grilled cheese later. Just because you said that.
I'd birth
I have the
crisscross,
ingredients.
both of them. They had a really tragic ending, so I don't know if you want that.
Jesus Christ. Birth Justin
Jesus
Bieber and
Christ.
powerbomb that baby.
Jesus
No, yeah.
Christ. That's my choice. Jesus Christ.
You don't even have to take a dick for that. Free baby.
Oh. All right, next question. Griffin Rampant via email. What is the best or worst game to get your mother for Mother's Day?
A game.
Worst.
Mount
I
your
already
friends.
pre-ordered Airport Firefighters from my mom, so she's
Yes.
Best and worst.
Mount your friends, probably. I would
Not your
say.
friends, yeah.
That would be
And I would put pictures of her siblings in the game prior to giving it to her.
Oh,
Dong
Jesus.
physics from her brothers and sisters.
Oh no.
Yeah, Binding of Isaac is a bad one to give your mother. That's
Yeah, especially
probably,
when your whole goal
Yeah.
is to kill mom.
Yeah.
That's like a major
Yeah.
milestone in that game.
Yep. Also killing mom's fetus, another major
Oh,
milestone. So I mean, I think Binding of Isaac is probably the worst.
Assuming in the scenario that my mom would actually play the game that I got her, I'd probably have to go with like some kind of like sim game, some kind of like Animal Crossing or something, because she seemed to really like Facebook games like Farmville and whatnot, or maybe like a puzzle game, like a Scrabble video game.
If your mother's
Should
a
actually play that.
God-fearing person, you can get her Left Behind Tribulation Force. Which side will you choose?
What?
What did you just say to me?
Tim has Left Behind Tribulation Force.
I can't remember who sent me this, but I played it once and it was the worst experience
I
ever.
would assume it would be.
Damn.
You can be on the Antichrist forces or you can use the power of prayer. It's one or the other.
Also, shout out to all the people. I don't know how we forgot this. Shower with your dad simulator.
Oh yeah,
That's a bad one, probably. Yeah.
probably not great.
I can't believe you have the Left Behind game. Jesus.
I
Christ.
can't remember who sent it to me, but it just is sitting here now.
Good
Shouts
Lord.
to that guy.
And
All right.
we had an excellent suggestion from chat. Best game to buy your mom is Call of Duty so she can reconnect with all her old lovers.
Perfect.
That's Han more than Call of Duty. Just
Yeah.
saying, if you've ever played Han,
Fuck your
that is
mother.
excellent.
I was never on
That's
Xbox
amazing.
Live.
Oh.
True.
All right, this next question, topical, because John is eating a grilled cheese. At Trey Buke on Twitter asks, grilled cheese, mac and cheese, or cheese fondue?
Who the fuck is choosing? Why would you ever ask us to choose?
Well,
I'm
that's
not
why.
I put this question in here because I'm going to judge you all based on the answer.
God, that's really
Well,
hard.
let me just
You're
say,
gonna have to
Still
go with
judging
mac
us?
and cheese. Like, you have to go with mac and cheese because mac and cheese can be far more diverse than cheese fondue or grilled cheese. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
can
there's
get
also a
some
lot
pretty
you can
crazy
do with
varieties
grilled
and crazy
cheese.
flavors of mac and cheese.
all right, here's
And
the
like
deal.
I love them
There is
all,
a-
but
There's one wrong answer in this question. There's one wrong answer.
That's fun. That's the fondue. That
If
is
you're
the
choosing
incorrect
cheese fondue over these other two items, I don't know what's going on.
I
with
love
you.
cheese fondue, but like I mean, it doesn't have the base level need that grilled cheese. It doesn't fill those base level needs that grilled cheese and mac and cheese do.
True.
You know, they're just such basic pillars of humanity in general that I
Yes.
just can't give up either. Cheese fondue is a luxury. That one's easily out. It's still delicious, but you don't need that shit.
Man,
You need mac and cheese.
I'm going
and
with
grilled
mac and
cheese.
cheese.
I've
Going
been
with mac and
doing
cheese.
just adding random stuff to mac and cheese, like buffalo chicken already grilled up and cooked together, or just anything you can think
It's a
of that
diverse
goes
food.
good with cheese. Throw in mac and cheese, and you'll be blown away.
Boom.
Speaking of which, Brandon, you want to go to fucking homeroom next weekend? This got me real excited.
Yeah, let's do that.
Perfect.
In case you wanted to know my answer, I have no less than 8 boxes of mac and cheese in my pantry right now.
Jesus Christ.
Kraft macaroni and cheese now makes different flavors. So I
Do they?
have like a chipotle flavor. There's like, I don't know, there's some different kinds of cheese flavors. They're constantly innovating. So if there was any question about the correct answer to this question,
Always on the up and up they are.
I think
Listen.
I'm with Blah though. It's very tough between grilled cheese and mac and cheese for me.
It's really, really hard because I like sandwiches a lot. I'm really big on bread. And yes, macaroni is a carbohydrate and all that, but it's just not the same as like that good gristly bread that John has in his mouth right now, you know? Just that
Yes, I do.
there's something
Also
so
think of-
satisfying about a grilled cheese that giving it up is just really difficult. But at the same time, I feel like if you want to go gourmet, mac and cheese has more options as to what you can add to it. You have those mac and cheese restaurants that specialize just in like adding crazy shit that you would never have thought of to mac and cheese. Grilled cheese does have that, but there's just not as much you can do with it. And in addition, mac and cheese also really covers the other end of the spectrum really well of shitty but great mac and cheese, such as the Kraft mac and cheese Brandon was just talking about.
They have dragon shapes too, mac and cheese here from Kraft. Yes,
Right?
you want
That's-
that. You want
that's
that.
what I'm
Holy
saying,
fuck!
like-
There's 3 cheese jalapeno.
You have that shit. You have that low end, that bottom tier, like bachelor food. That grilled cheese still counts, but it requires way more prep work than just throwing some water in something, putting it in the microwave, and forgetting about it, and just accepting your stomach cancer. So I have to say mac and cheese.
the other thing is like I've had what I would consider like a not great mac and cheese or grilled cheese before. Like I've had grilled cheeses that I was like, this isn't that good. I've had great grilled cheeses, but like the quality differs heavily. I don't think I've ever had mac and cheese I didn't like.
See, I'm the complete opposite of that. Like I generally don't like most mac and cheese, but I like good mac and cheese. If that makes sense. Like Kraft, I wouldn't eat the regular Kraft. I'd eat all of these flavors.
All right,
I'm a
we're no
Velveeta
longer
shells
speaking anymore.
Velveeta shells and cheese is far superior to Kraft mac and cheese. It's
get
not even
Annie's.
comparable.
We get Annie's organic. That's what we get.
That's what we have in my house now too. I don't fucking eat that. That's why I asked Brandon to go to Homeroom, which is a mac and cheese exclusive restaurant.
Is
Not
Kraft
bad.
mac and cheese organic? It should be.
Yeah, it is actually now. They've taken out all their food
See?
dyes and shit that
Look
was
at
in
that.
there.
I have nothing negative to say about them.
My wife is on top of that kind of stuff. All right, this next question is one of the most interesting questions we've ever received here on the KBMOD podcast. For many reasons.
It's very deep.
It's very deep. I mean, very deep.
So deep.
At KillerBob5 on Twitter, who is obviously a philosopher of some type or a deep thinker some way. He asks, very simple on the surface, what is your favorite way to use the bathroom?
Sitting down in the morning to take a piss because I'm so tired.
I mean, bathrooms have many uses, and
Blumpkins is a use.
Blumpkins is a use for sure. Can't have one without a bathroom. I mean, I guess you could technically.
You can have a Blumpkin anywhere.
Now, are we saying using the bathroom as in a euphemism for relieving yourself, you know, either taking a piss or taking a shit, one or the other, or are we saying things that you can do in the bathroom in general?
I don't know. That's the crux of this question.
Because we're going to interpret it.
Favorite way to use the bathroom.
If we're going to
no matter
it
what
literally,
the activity, the answer is naked.
Oh yeah. Well, you're not wrong.
To brush, Tim goes in to brush his teeth, has to strip down fully before doing so.
quick piss, you know, right before you gotta go meet some friends. You're about to run out.
Strip back
down.
out of shit. Take my shirt off as I'm going up the stairs.
My buddy in college would get naked every time he took a shit. Every time.
Yeah, some people are naked pooers.
There's a Seinfeld episode about that.
You could do coke off a mirror in the bathroom. That might be someone's favorite way to use a bathroom.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, somebody might have a bar that they frequent that has a glory hole that has treated them nice in the past. I don't know. But I'm going to say falling asleep in the shower.
It's a good way to
I've been there.
I like that. When I'm so tired and I'm just like, I think I need a shower. And then I'm like, I think I'm going to do that thing where I just sit on my shower floor and just let the water run on my head. And then I fall asleep. And that's happened until the water gets cold. And that wakes me back up. That's happened. And I really need to stop doing that because we're in a drought.
You're going to drown. Yeah. He's going to drown.
There is Megan, not your Megan, Meg the Egg, always talks about taking sleeping pills and then getting in the bath. So she's like almost drowned like 4 times.
God, what a mistake.
Stop doing that, Megan.
Stop doing that.
Listens to the podcast.
Lord.
Also, just stop taking sleeping pills.
That's not good for you.
It's really bad for you. I don't know, man. I would say my favorite way to use... What about you, Brandon? What's your favorite way to use the bathroom?
Carefully.
That's a Brandon answer. So there you go.
Brandon answer.
It is.
It's a very dangerous place.
It can be.
Carefully,
It can be.
while naked.
No. See, that's why I say that. Because, like, Tim using the bathroom naked, that is incredibly dangerous.
What kind of bathroom do you have?
I'm just saying, like,
No,
I'm just saying, like, you have all sorts of things. Like, you probably have scissors. You might have like you might have knife. You have nail clippers.
I do.
That are just out there.
I have nail clippers. I absolutely do not have scissors in my bathroom,
A
Brandon.
little snippy for.
Yeah, you have little like thread scissors.
I
Look,
don't.
my
I
point
don't.
is I'm not saying that there's like a huge risk, but there's a larger risk than other places in your home.
Still not enough to merit actually like going out of your way to be careful. I feel.
Like I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pooping.
I'm gonna take advice
Yeah.
from the guy who falls asleep in the shower.
Do you think I'm even? Do you know how
Literally
difficult
one
it
of
would
the
be to
most
drown in
dangerous
the
activities.
shower?
No, if you fell asleep, you could I don't know.
I'm not
I don't
talking
know,
about falling asleep standing up so I like slip and break my neck. I don't even know if I can do that. I haven't tried. But like I'm not like the water's not running anywhere near my face or any of the holes I breathe out of. It's running near all the other holes and it's
Maybe
great.
not when you are awake.
Dude, if I said like I'm not like passing out drunk in the shower. I'm not taking a drugged sleep in the shower. I'm not doing heroin and getting in the shower. I'm just falling asleep regularly. Do you know what would happen if you hadn't slept for like 48 hours and you just went down and somebody started trying to smother you with a pillow? You would wake up and you would respond to that in one way or another. Same thing with the shower. It turns out if you were responding to the guy with the pillow attacker, you might not be able to fend him off because you're really tired. I think I could fend off a little bit of water. I think I'll be all right.
You can drown in a teaspoon of water.
I would just like to say, Broom Sweeper comes in with chat with one of the weirdest uses of the bathroom that I've ever heard in my life.
That should be good.
If you don't know, Broom Sweeper, Eric, former MLS soccer player. This is about a guy he played with. He would stay in the shower in the hotel for like 45 minutes. He would lay down in the shower as the water was running and stick his arms and legs in the air to let the water hit the bottoms of his feet and the palms of his hands. He dubbed them shower baths. That is... and now it's copy pasta, so I don't... I have no idea.
That's so bizarre.
I'm going to go with my favorite use of the bathroom is a good vomit or a shower beer. One of those
That's
two.
your favorite use?
I don't know, man. Having a good puke
that's upsetting
feels
to
real
hear.
good.
That is no.
A shower beer?
A shower beer is it's just having a beer in the shower.
Beer is a legitimate answer. A
good
good
stuff.
vomit is a little upsetting, especially when it's directly associated with the shower beer.
That would actually be the opposite of my answer. Like that is the worst feeling to me. The worst use of the bathroom is like sleeping on the floor because you're like afraid of vomiting anywhere else.
Yeah, I've been there.
See, but when you are that sick and you are afraid, like that ice cold tile of your bathroom floor feels
Oh
fantastic.
god, it's the best. It's the best.
Well,
'cause
given
your
the
body
situation,
feels like it's
yes.
burning. Maybe that's just me. That feels like they're on fire when they're over. But yeah,
Yeah, you might be having some kind of reaction.
yeah. No, there is a very much a such thing as a good puke. So you're all.
Oh, there definitely is. Like,
There are times when vomiting is a necessity.
so
times when
during
it feels great.
during
Like,
Extra
rally.
Life, good buddy Tyler opted to make us disgusting drinks that we would drink as donation incentive bonuses.
Yeah.
His was so foul for the one he made me that I went to the work bathroom and forcibly vomited.
Just like had to get it out.
Like veins popping out of my neck, kind of red-faced vomit. It was just because a lot of it like took urging from me. I didn't need to like stick my fingers down my throat or anything, but I did need to get that little extra like abdominal muscles involved just to get it out of me. And once I had, I mean, it was disgusting, but I felt a lot better.
Yeah.
And I hated Tyler that much more.
Yeah, Sean's right. The puke, the puke itself feels terrible, but right after you're just like full relief, and then I can drink more.
There you go.
That's usually how that happens.
That's the big win here. That's the big
Keep
takeaway.
your priorities in line.
All right, last question. This is a good would you rather. I'm interested in everyone's responses. At Fluffy Weed on Twitter asks, if you had to decide between living with Guy Fieri forever
Oh yeah, that one.
or have Guy only appear when you are having sex, Which would
Ooh.
you choose?
All right.
Isn't one just a superset of the other? If you live with him forever, doesn't he already?
Well, no,
appear?
he just lives with you.
No,
I
he
would
just
assume.
lives there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's not
Yeah,
showing
no,
up.
no,
Ideally,
but
your
no,
roommate
but
would
you
be-
know that every time you decided to have sex, he'd be there.
you know.
Look at how
Guy
she drips
Fieri.
off the bone.
Yeah. I don't know why you
I would
gave
just
him an English
imagine that right
accent,
away.
but that was great.
Oh my god.
I would have him show up when I'm having sex for comments like that. That'd be excellent.
Yeah, I mean, he would make you feel like a stud because he'd be describing
deflate
everything
would.
you were doing as
He
money.
would.
And well, you know, and I do have to say, even if he isn't like directly in the room present while you're having sex, if he was your roommate, you would know that he's got his ear pressed up against it. And he's just like,
That's a
yeah,
Guy
that's fucking
Fieri thing to
cash.
do.
Yeah. You know he would be sitting there, jowls a quiver. And,
Towels a quiver.
On the other hand, in my particular situation, if I had Guy Fieri present every time I had sex, that just means I never have to see Guy Fieri. So I'm kind of going with that one. I think we're gonna go with that one.
Oh man. Chad is destroying
Is
me.
masturbating sex?
I mean,
Technically, it is.
For Guy Fieri, it is.
for Guy Fieri.
It is now.
Yeah,
Meets
it's,
his requirements.
Chad is just murdering me, by the way. That thrust was money. Take her down to
That was
Flavor
sick,
Town.
bro. That was sick.
He
You
flips
might
his
find-
sunglasses off.
I honestly, my concern that I'm having here is I don't want to find the girl that's into that. I don't want to know what she's
Well,
like.
see, that's the problem. Like, most likely, your significant other, or even a girl, a girl you just picked up that night at a bar, neither of those are going to be into Guy Fieri showing up during sex.
Pretty much. I mean,
Chances are very slim.
if there is I'll say, if there is a girl in the world that's into Guy Fieri suddenly appearing and cheering you on during sex, I don't want to meet her. I don't want to know what she's like.
I'm still going with Guy Fieri. I'm going with him popping up during sex.
I'm
actually
gonna have
going
to
with
as
that.
well.
There's no way I could live with that guy.
If he actually knew how to cook, I'd say live with him, but I don't think he does.
I feel like
No,
he
he
just goes
doesn't.
around praising other people's cooking. I don't think he
Yeah,
actually.
so my wife, actually, one of the people that works at her company part-time, her best friend was his personal assistant. No, he cannot cook.
Really? How
His
the hell did he
cooking
get
show-
on Food
His
Network?
cooking
Like,
show is like
he's
was,
just
like,
really good at
barely
eating.
on. His cooking show was like barely on. It was like a season or two, and then he got the diners, drive-ins, and dies or whatever.
Which is actually still a pretty good show to watch
Yeah,
because all the food does really look fucking good, and I really like kind of homey diner restaurants like that.
just sucks that they all have to have Guy Fieri visit them.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Because I know if I'm like, oh man, I should really visit there, but then I know if I go there, there's going to be a picture of Guy Fieri somewhere on the wall, and that's kind of a deal breaker.
Brandon has just put a Guy Fieri, what I assume is a cake. What is? I mean, dear God, dear God.
Was that done by that Duff guy from that, whatever that cake show was? That did all the fancy ass cakes? I can't remember
Cake
what it was
Boss.
called.
Cake Boss.
No, it was the other one. That was, it was in
Cake
Boston. It was
Hoss.
Ace of Cakes. Oh.
Ace of Cakes, that's what it was.
Yeah,
I think.
From chat. You met a girl. She seems perfect. And the right when you get her into the bedroom, she claps her hand and says, "Get in here, brother." He's gonna take me to Flavor Town. My God, the eyelids are destroying my life on this cake. What
You
the
suddenly
fuck?
realize she was Guy Fieri the whole time.
Oh, God.
Jesus. All right. That is it for episode 189. Before we get even creepier Guy Fieri stuff coming in here.
Keep it going, Chad.
Yeah, that is it. Episode 189. We will be back next week. Same time, same place. But if you do listen on audio, Brandon can tell you how to review us or rate us and help us out.
Well, you don't even have to listen on audio. You
That's
can be
true. You
live.
can just
But
do it.
The great thing about being a human is that you can do pretty much anything. Like you have control over what you do. And one of the things you should do is we're on iTunes. That's a podcast distribution service. You can do other things with it too, but that's one of the things it does. So what you should do, we have this program here where we like people to go onto our podcast listing and rate us 5 stars. That's the first thing you do. Okay, you rate us 5 stars, and then you can give us a message. And we've had a lot of different like notorious people who listen to this cast. They leave us all sorts of messages. We have a very large following from the Hodes family. So you want to be part of this. I mean, this is a pretty important thing. So if you haven't rated us on iTunes already, you rate us 5 stars, and every week we feature one or more people that rate us, and you could be one of those people, and you want to be one of those people.
You do.
So go rate us on iTunes. Again, if it's not 5 stars, like, don't even bother. The other stars don't matter. 5 stars is the only one that matters. But we've gotten some really heartfelt stuff before. So Dan, go ahead and let them know who it is this week.
So this week, featured iTunes review. It was a tough choice. There was a lot of good ones this week. We had reviews from someone named Professor Cerberus Vape.
Severus
Vape. Yeah, has left a review, as well as Manny Fapiao, fresh off his fight against Floyd Mayweather. But the featured review this week came from former Smashing Pumpkins lead singer and now member of the Hodes family, apparently, Billy Corgan Hodes. Corgan-Hodes. He hyphenated his last name. That is something Billy Corgan would really do, by the way. He leaves the review. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a blaze at 420 BC. It's not even.
It's not even that clever.
It doesn't even rhyme. It's like not even close.
It doesn't rhyme. Despite my rage, I am still just a rat in a blaze at 420 BC Hodes. Doesn't even make
Dan,
any
you doing
sense.
okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm crying. I just doesn't make any sense.
Big's not a goddamn lick.
Well, on that note, we end. You can follow John at KBMOD John on Twitter. You can follow Brandon at Volition, VOL and the number 1 TION. Blacklight Attack at Black LITE Attack on Twitter. And Tim is at Staffu Noob on Twitter and Twitch. And I am NipNops TV on Twitter. So make sure you follow all of us. Follow at KBMOD Gaming. Or you can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KBMOD. And subscribe to the YouTube, youtube.com/KBMOD Gaming. We will be back next week, same time, same place, for episode 190 of the KBMOD podcast as we creep towards 200. We shall see you guys next week.
Nice.
Night, friends.
Yatta!
Bye.
Yatta!